il comando diretto, la guida dell'organizzazione viene preso da una donna, paradossalmente si assiste a un abbassamento del livello di emotività e a una sorta di miglior funzionamento nell'attività, almeno in quel momento storico, del gruppo.
Maria ha sempre fatto non apparire la decisione di uccidere una sua decisione. Tant'è che gli inquirenti solo nel maggio del 1999 si sono accorti che lei esisteva.
When you think of organized crime, you probably imagine ruthless men in suits, wielding guns and power. But what if I told you that some of the most influential and feared crime bosses in history were women? Women who defied the patriarchal norms of the world of organized crime and rose to the top of their clans. Women who commanded respect, loyalty, and fear from their associates and enemies alike. Women like Maria Licciardi, the godmother of the Camorra, who shook Naples with her cunning, charisma, and cruelty. But how did she do it? How did she become the first and only female to rule a coalition of 20 Camorra clans in Italy? Let's find out in this video. The Camorra is considered one of the oldest and largest criminal organizations in Italy from the 16th century. Over the years, the Camorra's activities have led to countless gun battles and murders across different cities of Europe and beyond.
Ma ormai le grosse organizzazioni camorristiche hanno una vita che non solo è estesa all'intero territorio nazionale italiano, ma ormai attraverso una serie di intrecci, di rapporti e di investimenti che coprono gran parte del territorio europeo, per non dire anche di altri paesi extraeuropei.
They got their name by blending the words capo, meaning boss, and mora, a gambling game played on the streets of Naples. However, when this game was banned, the Camorristi, as they were called, became famous for protecting gamblers from law enforcement. From their early days, the Camorras had always chosen their leaders randomly from within the society. But as time passed, this practice changed as the organization became more familial, and their leadership was then passed down from one generation to another. The Camorra is based in the region of Campania, especially in the city of Naples, where it controls various illegal activities such as extortion, racketeering, smuggling contraband goods, money laundering, and any other organized crimes you could think of. During the mid-50s, things got really bad for people living in the Scampia neighborhood of Naples, as the unemployment rate increased by 70%. The people were hungry, and there were not many ways to make a living other than working for the Camorra by illegally exchanging contraband goods to avoid the government's price control, taxes, and interference. It was around this time, and in this violent society, that Maria Licciardi was born. Maria Licciardi was born on March 24, 1951, in Secondigliano, a poor and densely populated suburb of Naples that was ruled by her family, the Licciardi clan. Her father was a respected boss, and her brother, Gennaro Licciardi, took over the clan's leadership after their father passed. Gennaro, also known as Aschigna, the monkey, was a ruthless leader who formed the Alliance, a network of Camorra clans that dominated the crime families of Naples. They made most of their money through extortion, unlawful taxes, and contraband goods smuggling. But in the 80s and 90s, the Italian government launched a massive crackdown on the Camorra, which led to the arrest and jailing of many bosses and members. At about this time, a bloody war broke out between the Camorra faction and its enemies. This war left a trail of chaos and violence across the city, with hundreds of lives lost and many more wounded or imprisoned. Maria's life would dramatically change during this war as her brother, Gennaro, was imprisoned and later murdered in prison. Her husband, Antonio Tecemi, was also imprisoned, and her other brothers, Pietro Licciardi and Vincenzo Licciardi, were either killed or locked up. With many of the Licciardi clan men dead, in prison, or too young, Maria found herself alone at the helm of the clan, facing a hostile and chaotic scene. But she did not give up or surrender. She decided to take charge of the situation and fight for her survival and her clan's future. And she did it with intelligence and diplomacy. She rallied the remaining members of the clan and allied with other powerful clans who shared her vision and interests. She made them understand that the clan wars have caused them to lose money and people, and she proposed that the clans should carve up the city and work together to expand their business. The other bosses agreed, and in this way she brought together a fragile and formal coalition of 20 Camorra clans. But she was just the leader of her own clan. Maria Licciardi proved herself to be a capable and ruthless leader who could hold her own in a male-dominated world. She earned the respect and admiration of many people who saw her as a strong and charismatic figure who could bring order and stability to a chaotic situation.
Il comando diretto, la guida dell'organizzazione viene preso da una donna, paradossalmente si assiste a un abbassamento del livello di emotività e a una sorta di miglior funzionamento nell'attività, almeno in quel momento storico, del gruppo.
Maria was just as brutal as her male counterparts, but she was a little more intelligent and charismatic.
Si comporta esattamente come il manager di un'industria, di una multinazionale, cerca di trovare sempre la soluzione che attragga di meno l'attenzione delle forze dell'ordine, che spacchi di meno il clan al suo interno.
The Licciardi clan was more than a criminal organization. It was a lifeline for the neighborhood when the government had abandoned its people to poverty and joblessness. Maria offered work and food to those in need, earning their loyalty and gratitude. The locals would not betray them to the law, for they knew the clan cared more about them than anyone else. Under her leadership, most of the Camorra clans became more united, sophisticated, and unstoppable. But she wasn't done yet. There were still some warring clans within the organization, and what she would do next to stop them will shock you. Maria Licciardi had a vision. She wanted to rule the entire Camorra crime family. She wanted to make history as the first female boss of the mafia. But to achieve her vision, she had to end the war that was still tearing apart some factions of the Camorra clans. She had to unite them under her leadership and make them work together for a common goal. And she found that common goal in illegal substance trafficking and modern-day women's slavery.
Sì, sono schiave perché queste ragazze o fanno quello che la Camorra gli impone oppure vengono proprio eliminate.
These were the most lucrative and profitable rackets in organized crime at the time. They were also the most dangerous and competitive ones. But being the woman she was, Maria decided to take the risk and change the game. She formed the Secondigliano Alliance, a coalition of influential Camorra clans that agreed to cooperate and share the profits from illegal trafficking. Together, they controlled most of the drug market in Naples and beyond. They reduced the costs and risks of illegal substance trafficking by eliminating or reducing violence, corruption, and waste. They increased the revenues and profits of the narcotics trade by improving the quality, purity, quantity, and variety of drugs. The Secondigliano Alliance was a brilliant and innovative idea that transformed the Camorra's business model and strategy. It was also a bold and ambitious move that challenged the status quo and provoked the reaction of other players in the criminal underworld. But Maria Licciardi was not satisfied with just drug trafficking. She wanted to expand her empire and diversify her activities. She wanted to have more sources of income and wealth, so she ventured into other rackets besides illegal substance trafficking, such as witness intimidation, murder for hire, arms dealing, and several others. However, Maria soon ran into some serious problems when she was arrested in a car with around 300 million lira in cash, which is about $166,000 as of October 2023. The authorities believed that the cash was a bribe for a repentant Licciardi member who had turned into a government witness and was about to testify against her. But she never admitted to this and never disclosed what the money was for. On this occasion, she was not in for too long as her lawyers worked around the clock to secure her release. And immediately after she got out, she vanished into thin air. No one saw or heard about her again. That was until the dispute over a shipment of pure, unrefined, addictive substances broke out. By now, Maria was the godmother of the Secondigliano Alliance. She had a reputation for being ruthless, but she was also very smart and cautious. She knew that the quality mattered more than the quantity, and that too much greed could bring unwanted attention.
Maria ha sempre fatto non apparire la decisione di uccidere una sua decisione. Tant'è che gli inquirenti solo nel maggio del 1999 si sono accorti che lei esisteva.
That was why she refused to sell the shipment of unrefined narcotics from Turkey in the spring of 1999. The shipment was unrefined, which meant that it was too pure and deadly. Maria knew it would kill many people and spark a public outcry and a police crackdown, so she ordered her clans to keep it off the streets.
Si avvalgono direttamente di questi piccoli ragazzi per vendere quotidianamente. Questa è una piccola parte che si vende giornalmente.
But not everyone listened. The Lorusso clan, one of the weakest and most ambitious clans in the alliance, decided to defy her order and sell the product anyway. They thought they could make a quick profit and gain more power, but they were wrong. The addictive substance was a death sentence for many users who bought it. In April 1999 alone, 11 people died from overdoses in northern Naples. The media called it a massacre, and the police launched a massive operation to stop the narcotics dealers.
Each one $800 US.
Over the next few weeks, law enforcement arrested hundreds of the clan members as they raided streets and tower blocks where the clans operated. The Secondigliano alliance was shaken to its core by this betrayal and the arrests that followed. Maria was furious because she felt that the Lorusso clan had gone behind her back and endangered her entire empire. She declared war on them and their allies, the secessionists, a group of clans that wanted to break away from her rule and form their own alliance. This war lasted almost a year, and it was brutal to say the least. The streets of northern Naples became a battlefield where bullets and syringes flew every day. More than 120 people were killed in the violence, most of them clan members, but some were innocent bystanders who got caught up in the crossfire. The war reached its peak when Gelsomina Verde, a 22-year-old woman, was kidnapped and brutalized by Maria's men. They wanted to know where her ex-boyfriend, Gennaro Notturno, a secessionist clan member, was hiding, but she didn't know anything because she had broken up with him weeks before. They ended up killing her and burning her body in a car. Her death was a sign of how far the gangs had gone, how much they had lost their humanity. So the authorities decided to intervene with full force as the Home Secretary sent 325 extra police officers to Naples, a city that already had more cops than any other in Italy. They vowed to end the gang wars and bring peace to the town. But Maria was not ready to give up. She had fought too hard and too long to let go of her power. She prepared for one last stand against her enemies, knowing that it could be her final battle. In their determination to end Maria's reign, law enforcement launched a massive operation that arrested 52 Camorra members and some of their bosses. However, the killings continued for years as clans continued to fight for survival and revenge. With enemies on all sides, Maria soon earned herself a spot on the list of the 30 most wanted criminals in Italy. And from then on, she never left the Secondigliano district, where she had a loyal network of sicarios who protected her. From her hideout, she ordered several hits on her enemies, including Erminia Giuliano, another female Camorra boss who led the Giuliano clan, and Luigi Bobbio, a senior prosecutor who was cracking down on her clan. Bobbio had successfully prosecuted many of Maria's clan members, and Maria knew he was getting closer to her by the day. So she tried to scare him off by blasting his office building, but Bobbio was undeterred as he was put under police protection by the state. He would then go on to arrest 70 more of her men, but none of them betrayed her. They all kept silent and served their time in jail.
Particolarmente attiva, ad esempio, nella intimidazione dei testimoni. Si fonda molto sulla omertà, sulla paura che riesce a incutere nei cittadini.
The police tried to catch Maria many times, but she always escaped. In April 2000, they raided a farmhouse where 13 Camorra bosses were meeting, but Maria was not there. In June 2001, they searched the Secondigliano district with helicopters. During that operation, they found a luxurious building that was believed to be her hideout in the attic. But when they raided the building, they found no traces of Maria. She was dubbed the Scarlet Pimpernel of Italy by the media for her uncanny ability to evade capture. But her luck ran out on June 14, 2001, when the police finally arrested her. She did not put up a fight during her arrest and was sent to prison, but she still ran the affairs of her clan from the thick walls of the prison. She ruled the prison like the streets and made more enemies along the way. She eventually got out of prison in 2009 after serving almost 8 years, then disappeared from the public eye for 10 years. No one knew what she was doing until 2019 when she resurfaced as a fugitive after escaping a massive anti-Camorra operation that targeted the Secondigliano alliance. She evaded the police for 2 years until they caught her again in August 2021 at Rome's Ciampino airport while trying to escape to Spain. The police said that Maria Licciardi was calm and cold as they arrested her. She was put on trial and found guilty of charges bordering on mafia-type association intimidation, extortion, and money laundering. In March 2023, Maria was sentenced to 13 years in prison. This will probably be the end of the line for Maria Licciardi. She's over 70 years old now, and probably won't make it out of jail alive. Even if she does make it out alive, the new generation of Camorristas has already taken over her territory and business. Do you think Maria will be a changed person when she gets out of prison, or will she go back to her old ways? Please share your thoughts in the comments section, and if you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay safe.